Okay, we are live. Hey guys, Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape. I'm doing a juice review today and a collaboration. I'm joined here with Travis and Josh again from Overdose
Vapes. Welcome, baby.
Hey, are you guys able to play that intro song of yours?
I can't right now, no.
Oh, okay, that's too bad. But go check out their channel because they have an awesome intro song. It's
yeah.
I love that thing. But anyway,
I have respect to John Hessian.
Paul Hessian.
Or Paul Hessian, sorry.
Paul Hessian's a good friend of ours. He made the song for us.
East Coast guy.
He totally changed the whole vibe of the show, and we love him for it. So
we couldn't be happier, yeah. And stay tuned because the remix will be coming. He's working on another one.
Awesome. So we're going to be reviewing today Nitro Labs. Nitro Labs, they have two flavors. They have, you guys want to go ahead and introduce the juice and talk about it a little bit? Because
sure.
Josh and Travis are the ones who hooked up this juice line for review and got it out to both of us.
Yeah, so our good friend Jason, he runs Nitro Labs. They have two flavors, like Daryl was saying. They have Forbidden Donut, which is like a kind of, I would say, like a maple glazed donut kind of concoction.
Kind of. I even get powdered donut out of it sometimes. Like, yeah.
I even get coffee notes from sometimes. But
chocolate donut.
That's neither here nor there. And then they also have a flavor called Moon Waffles, which is a blueberry waffle vape. Yep, there they are.
And I would just like to say before we start this, we've tried it. We've reviewed them. They're both in my top 10.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like gotta let you guys know beforehand. We have videos for both of these on our channel. We do love them, and on top of that, he's also good friends with the people from Cotton Bacon.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know Cotton Bacon, it's a wicking material. Both of those companies are based in Idaho. Mm-hmm. And so they also sent us out a little package of bacon bits for us and for Daryl as well. So
for the reviews.
For the reviews.
Yeah, that was nice of them. That was nice of them. I got this sample right here, this little packet of little strips of bacon. I think there's like 2 strips in there.
Yeah, 2 strips, yeah.
Yep. Very nice of them.
Very sweet guys over there, man. Yeah.
Cotton bacon's good stuff. I've been using that since last year. It holds up very well to high heat, especially when you're dripping.
Can't beat it, bro.
Yeah, it is my go-to wick. It definitely holds up. I mean, you're rocking, 0.1 builds. You're rocking 0.09 builds at 260 watts. This shit's holding up very well. I've never had a problem. It wicks extremely well. So.
And it's cheap.
And it's cheap, yeah.
It's cheap. I mean, those little bags you buy for $8 last you over a month. I mean, and we're reviewers. They last us a while.
And I change my wick constantly, and I go through a pack maybe in a month. So.
Yeah. Okay, are you on that Forbidden Donut right now?
I am.
Okay.
No, Moon Waffles.
Oh. Okay.
So let's go ahead and hey, you were telling me something interesting about these guys, that they actually sent juice up into space.
Yes, no, that for sure. The Moon Waffles juice, the blueberry waffle juice, it was the first juice ever in space. Now what they did is they built their own like rocket. Some people's hobbies are like rockets and shit. They built a bigger scale version of that, and in the payload was cotton bacon and also the Moon Waffles, and
Vape Storm.
And Vape Storm as well. But so those juices were actually launched into space and then retrieved. So those bottles are actually out there somewhere, and somebody has the pleasure of vaping a juice that was in space. So,
yeah,
pretty amazing.
I don't know. I heard that some UFOs grabbed that satellite and like they're vaping right now.
I would. Fuck, man. If there's any juice they should get, it's this. So
let's not attack them. They figure out vaping.
We actually shared that vaping technology with the aliens, so we're cool with them now. Moon Waffles, let me read this description. Blueberry and cream with waffles, and that's a 68% VG. This stuff costs $20 for a 30 ml size bottle, and I think they sell them in 60 ml size bottles as well.
They do? Yep.
And a nice glass bottle with a child-proof dripper. It's got some nice color to it.
Yeah, very interesting bottles, and the juice itself, yeah, you're right, has a great amber color to it. Wonderful color.
Yeah, always has. It's always been a beautiful colored juice.
So this is a nice bakery flavor. This is a really nice one. Blueberry and cream with waffles. I can't say that I taste any cream in there.
Yeah, the cream for me is definitely not one of the main flavors. I think that it helps to soften the blueberries a little bit, maybe, and it allows that pastry flavor to kind of come forward. It's a little lower VG than what I normally like, but that being said, it's actually pretty cloudy.
Moon Waffles, yeah, 68.
For 68, it's pretty cloudy. So
yeah. And then Forbidden Donuts at a 78 VG.
Oh yeah, look at that. Here's what I also like. They have the flavor description right there on the bottle.
It's
you
genius.
Can't beat that.
Genius. You know what? Every fucking company should take note and put their flavor profiles on the bottle.
Because half the time they're calling something squalor or fucking, princess dreams.
Like unicorns poop.
Yeah, unicorn spit. Like, what does that taste like? I don't fucking know. Yeah, no, it's great. There's only been a couple companies that I know of that put the flavor profiles straight on the bottle, and Nitro Labs is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
And I give them kudos for that. I really do.
Yep.
I was looking around for a flavor card and starting to get annoyed. Like I was going to have to go look them up online. And that's, wait a second.
Nope, there he is.
Nice. They also have an expiration date and all of their information on there, including very lengthy warnings and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything that you could ask for is on the bottle, which is great. I mean, I never have any problem with that. I don't see a born on date, but the going by the expiration date, I would say that they probably have the expiration date about a year from the time it was made. So we're talking probably June 2015 was when this was made. So it's pretty steep when you get it, which is
ready to go. Yeah.
Listen to this. This is the first time I've ever seen a juice company say directions for use with rebuildable drip or tank atomizers at 0.4 to 0.7 ohms or 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, they definitely give suggestions for temperature control.
That's nice.
Yeah. Now these guys are thorough, absolutely thorough. Like they didn't let these juices out until I think they were near perfected.
And I'll tell you what, as far as the 0.4 to 0.7, I never rock. Especially, I use a lot of mech mods. I never have builds that are that high. I haven't noticed any real degradation of the juice at a low ohm. But I will say that if I'm rocking something like Alien Clapton's, it kind of distorts the flavors. So take that with a grain of salt. I think that even with normal Claptons, it seems fine. But when you get to something that's like, with an Alien Clapton, it has 3 cores. It's a pretty heavy-duty coil. It seems to bring out flavor profiles that I'm not a huge fan of.
Okay, that's good to know. So let me pull in some other RDAs here because I actually do have. I'll show you what these are some Squid Dude coils I picked up at the Vape Expo last week.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Frame staple Claptons, and I think they're maybe shredding the juice a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Test it.
And I think that is a possibility that with those kind of coils where we're talking real heavy duty coils where you're paying $10 a set for them, this might not be the best juice for those. That's just my experience.
Good to know.
I've never had them not work.
It is great out of a tank as well too, and that's something that a lot of these dripping juices kind of miss out on, is the ability to be rocked in a tank. These are great tank juices.
I got to agree with you. That's much better. Now I've got them on like a 0.6 ohm build, just a straight, like, I think that's 10 or 12 wraps of 24 gauge Canthol dual coil. The flavor's much better.
Yes, yeah, I would tend to agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. That at the lower side of it, it might start to degrade the juice. You know what I mean?
Which flavor?
Great to know.
The Moon Waffles.
There's a really funny scene in The Simpsons where Homer makes his moon waffles And he makes this big sloppy waffle and wraps it in a stick of butter and eats it.
Yeah,
I remember that
that's
shit.
where it's
Yeah.
from. Ode to the Simpsons.
That's really nice.
That was Moon Waffles.
It's good, yeah. Like I like the blueberry in it. I think that it just complements the pastry just enough to be there. I think the cream is kind of softening all the flavors together, but I think the highlight of Moon Waffles is definitely the waffle part of it.
Belgium. It's a straight Belgium. So on this forbidden donut, do you catch any peanut butter?
Let me go ahead and vape that again.
Yeah. Because I've never really gotten a peanut butter. I've just gotten a beautiful frosted donut with a little chocolate.
I get peanut flavor. I wouldn't call it peanut butter.
Yeah.
But I definitely do get like a peanut butter. But it could be also maple. So
Just smelling it, I can smell, it smells nutty. It smells peanutty.
yeah, I get that too.
When I vaped it before, I didn't get much peanut butter, but let me see now. I got definitely a nice donut with some hints of chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely chocolate. I almost get coffee in it as well. In the aroma especially, I get like a little bit of coffee essence.
That's nice. I do get a little bit of peanut, like a roasted peanut type flavor in the background. It's nice. It's there, but it's not the first thing you get.
Right.
It's not overpowering. No. It's a sweet donut. I think it's a sweet donut with a lot of like little small complexities, like a coffee, like a chocolate, like a peanut, kind of in the background.
With that frosted though.
Yeah, it's
I do
sweet.
get that frosted.
It's sweet from the frosting for sure.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? Like a Mars bar.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take on it. Absolutely. It's funny because going back to Moon Waffles, Josh's fiance, see, because me and Josh both love Moon Waffles, but Josh likes Forbidden Donut a little bit more than Moon Waffles, and I like Moon Waffles a little bit more than Forbidden Donut.
Yeah.
But Josh's girl, she thinks that Moon Waffles taste like ants.
Like when you you take a drink of soda and there's ants in there, that burning, like strange taste.
Now, to me, that blew me out of the fucking water. I was like, ants?
Yeah, because we had been in love with it for weeks, and she's going, "Yeah, it tastes like ants to me." What the fuck?
We were driving somewhere, because I work with Josh's girl, and we were driving somewhere, and she goes, "Yeah, I even tried it a second time, and it even tastes more like ants." So, to each his own, I guess. You know, all of our flavor profiles are different. All of our palates are different.
Yeah, and we're madly in love with these juices. Ants?
I can't say I've ever had the pleasure of tasting ants.
Oh, you got to step your game up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, so the juices are good. I thought it would be nice for you to be able to try them, because since you said you had never heard of them before, it was one of the highlights from ECC for me, was getting to try these juices, getting to meet the people over there at Nitro Labs.
Mm-hmm.
They're great guys. They're committed to producing a quality product. That's why, you know, they've only got 2 juices now. They are working on a 3rd juice. I'm excited to see that come out.
Yeah, buddy.
And so for me, you know, like I kind of Cotton Bacon, Nitro Labs, they all kind of go together for me. So I definitely like the juices, and I definitely like the wicking material.
I'm a fan. These are right up my alley for flavor profiles as far as desserts and bakery. I like them both. Yeah, that Moon Waffles is interesting. It does have that distinct waffle flavor to it.
Yeah, Belgium.
Like almost like a maple syrup, but without the sweetness to it. Like,
yeah.
And then there is that hint of blueberry in there, which is always nice for me.
Yeah, I like blueberries.
It's not overdone either.
So it was really good to know that the lower sub-ohm and robust and beefier coils that take like 100 watts may be a little overdoing it. This is a little more fragile of a juice. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a sip it as a connoisseur would rather than blast it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like your strawberry bubblegum juice.
This is perhaps not the right setup. This is a 200 watt LiPo battery mod. with a 30 millimeter sized Mason RDA. It's just made for raw power. And I mean, that sucker asks for huge coils.
Absolutely. And you know what? At least they do say on the bottle that this is what we recommend, which is great. You know what I mean? So they're being upfront about it. A lot of companies that we've been dealing with lately, it's all about deception, smoke and mirrors, making you think that this juice is the be-all, end-all. These guys are at least coming at it with a little bit of dignity, saying, okay, this juice isn't for every situation.
Yeah.
I like that. It makes me respect them a lot more.
Sure. Like, this is our product. This is the optimal way to use the product. And this is how you'll get the most enjoyment out of it. It's nice.
I can all day vape either of them either. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no. I've made many purchases from Nitro Labs, so it's one of those ones that I can recommend based on the fact that I personally go buy it.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So let's talk about you guys a little bit, because the folks that are watching on my channel who don't know you yet, I want to let them get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Totally. Yeah.
Sure.
You know, whenever I introduce a new personality into my mix there, I want people to know why I do that. Is when I find people who have a passion for vaping, they're consistent at it. They don't have to have the biggest channel. You know, just I want to see that people are sincere, integritous, and have a passion for vaping. And you guys have consistently produced video after video after video for what, almost a couple of years now, right?
We're getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, over a year.
So it's funny because you guys are your friends. You get together once a week on a Saturday and you do a juice review. How did that start? How did you guys get into? I want to hear about how you got into vaping and then how you decided to have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
You take the vaping one. I'll take the YouTube channel.
Okay. Yeah. So for vaping, we both had tried vaping in 2009-ish. But back then the technology really wasn't there yet. We were using Cigalikes. At the time, you could get things like cartomizers and you know, and even mech mods back then.
Ego twists.
But we didn't know that yet, and so we kind of got in it, tried the Cigalikes, didn't like them, went back to smoking. But then, you know, like a year later, that's when we started getting the Vision spinners, stuff like that, and that's when we really
Nautiluses.
Yeah, Nautilus, stuff like that. That's when we really started getting more into it, and as soon as we started vaping, it was like we went straight to YouTube and started watching every video we could find. People like Grim Green, people like Phil Basardo, people like Twisted 420.
Rip Trippers at the time.
Rip Trippers at the time was a huge influence on me, you know, teaching me how to build coils, all that kind of stuff. It escalated pretty quickly from there.
Honestly, we saw Convicted Vapes.
Yeah, Convicted Vapes.
And we figured we could do that.
Totally. No, totally. Absolutely.
We could do that. We have personalities. We got no problem with that.
Yeah. And so after the Vision Spinner era, it wasn't long before we both went straight to mech mods, doing a lot of dripping.
Yeah. And we realized that when you start dripping, you need a ton of fucking juice, right?
Yeah.
And we noticed people out there didn't know where to go, what to do. You know, you go to your local B&M and it's $22 a 30. They think that's all there is, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so that's why we started it, to give people a place to come, check out a juice, listen to just two regular guys talk about this juice, and then see if they want to spend their money, right? I mean, that's it.
We were really disappointed, like, because we started it thinking we're going to do hardware, we're going to do juice, we're going to do all that stuff. But then we really noticed that there was a lack of quality juice reviews.
Yeah.
The majority of juice reviews was like one guy sitting down doing the whole line in 10 minutes.
On the same Addy, on the same wick.
And while I understand that, well, we just thought that there might be a niche in the market for us to come in and give each juice a review on its own, because I know that when I was going to buy a $22 bottle of juice, I didn't have a lot of money at the time. And so, and like Josh said, I was dripping. And so it was like, I would love for a video to just tell me about this one juice. Give me a total review on this one juice, and I couldn't find it.
Instead of listening to 3 juices you weren't interested in, and then finally that 4th, he talks about it for 30 seconds, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. No, so we just weren't getting the content that we wanted.
Yeah.
And Josh had brought up a few times, like, man, we should really do our own show, man. Like, what's stopping us from doing our own show? And my wife bought us a webcam, the one that we're using right now. We actually have a Canon camera that we do our normal reviews for, but for doing like live streams and stuff, we use the same old camera that we started with, and we filmed with this for 7 months.
Yeah, moved out.
So, but go ahead and give them the lowdown on the review channel itself.
On where we started the channel.
Yeah.
We just saw a lot of reviewers doing things that we wouldn't. Doing things like not telling people the profile descriptions that it's supposed to be, right? Like, so you're looking at a juice, you have no idea what it's supposed to taste like, and then you take their taste and it's completely different. And I don't know. It seems lazy to me to get juice sent to you and not take a little second to get on your fucking phone and find out what it's supposed to taste like, right? Well, I mean,
yeah,
it's not hard.
Man, no,
it's
for
not
sure.
hard.
We saw video after video of people saying, okay, I'm going to test mech milk or whatever, not mech milk specifically, but like unicorn milk. And they wouldn't tell you what the flavor profile was.
Right.
And then they would just drip it and be like, oh, no, it's good.
It tastes like strawberries and
And so it's like, but what's the flavor profile? I don't even know if I'm interested. So it was just a real lack in the market, I think.
Yeah. And people doing, a whole line review on one fucking wick. I have an issue with that because you're not going to get the full flavor. You're just not. But.
And so, yeah, we started it out kind of slowly. We didn't really know what we were going to do. Neither one of us has any kind of film experience. I had produced music in the past, but no kind of video. And so it was real rough. We started sending out messages to companies even before we had filmed a video. I sent one to Pip, right? Because like if I was like, man, if anybody could send us juice, who would I want to get the juice from? And at the time, I was really into mother's milk. And so I sent Pip a message, and she was fucking so nice that she sent the entire Suicide Bunny line and the entire King's Crown line. And so our first reviews...
That's got it started, man.
Yeah, our first reviews were like our favorite lines at the time. And after that, it kind of just boosted us a little bit and made us think we can continue to do this.
And then it's like 8 months down the line, you had all these companies coming out with high VG, high flavor. There's some great fucking juices out there. There's some shitty juices out there also. But man, is there some great stuff out there.
Yeah. And we've always been interested in bringing our fans juices at an affordable price that are of a high quality. That's been like our mission statement since day one. We just want to have, I vape probably close, this is embarrassing in a lot of ways, but I vape probably close to 500 mils a month. And so that's a lot of money if you're buying $22 30s. And so I knew that if I was doing that, there was a lot more people doing that, and we wanted to help those people.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love from time to time when I'm able to share with people. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to show the name, but when I'm able to show people, hey, there's a good quality juice out there that you can get 120 mils of this juice for $30. When I come across good companies that have vapable, all day vapable, good quality, good bargain prices, I like to share that as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Take a peek at Mech Sauce if you haven't already. $15 100 mils and 1876 for 120 mil.
Yeah, and they're of a high quality.
And everything I've tried has been goddamn.
Another company that we love that has been good to us, and that because we were just huge fans of them, and we've actually got reviews for pretty much every one of their juice on our site, is Charlie Noble. I don't know if you've ever heard of Charlie Noble.
Sure.
Some people love Charlie Noble. Some people hate them. Personally, I think that they are one of the better mid-market kind of juices. I order 120 mils every 2 weeks from them. So it's just about finding those little hidden gems, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I like to equate it to like Scotch drinkers who are connoisseurs of Scotch.
Right.
If you go to Scotland, they don't sit around drinking high-end single malt Scotch all day. They sip something that costs like $12 for a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once or twice a night, this is when they drink. They'll have a nice little sip, like a little glass, a snifter full of like the high-end stuff, because then they can appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And even with like fine wines, you can't drink $100 bottles of wine every day. I guess you can, but if you do that,
If you can afford it, you can.
Yeah, if you can afford it, but also you're not supposed to do that because it ruins your palate. And then you want to vape. Well, you want to drink $10 bottle of wine frequently because then you can appreciate the $100 bottle of wine.
Right. I'm the same way. At home right now, I am nonstop vaping milk, which is probably some of the cheapest liquid on the market. But there's just something about it that's smooth and vapeable, and it's just good.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody should get that comfortable juice that they're comfortable with, that's a decent price where you can get a big amount. And then if you want to treat yourself with a $22 bottle here and there, that's cool, you know what I mean? But if you're starting to drip, don't think that you're going to be able to fucking to vape nothing but mother's milk.
Nothing but cut wood.
Yeah, nothing but cut wood all the time. Because I'm telling you, man, unless you want to spend 10 times more than you were when you were smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, and now, you know, that brings me to something else. Here in California, they just passed a new law. It went through the House and the Senate of our local state government to raise the smoking age to 21 and to include vaping products in tobacco taxing. Yeah. So the juice is only going to get more expensive for us here in California. So now more than ever, it's time to find a company that gives you a good quality for a good price.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, those are some crazy regulations that it looks like they're successfully going to pass for California. I'm really sorry. And guess what? We can't sit around like the Three Little Pigs. Like, that's fine. They're knocking on somebody else's door because they're going to be at your door next.
If they're doing it in California, it's going to be like dominoes.
Yeah, California, I mean, New York, Florida, all those places are going to have laws very soon. Very soon.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, preemptively, if you're not already involved with advocacy, start going out, start getting a hold of your local government. Right now,
join
CASAR. Our only hope right now in California is for our governor Jerry Brown to veto this bill, and it's looking like he's definitely not going to do that. He's going to sign it, and so the laws are definitely changing in California.
No.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, but we got to look at it like this. We've had it good for a long time. And for those folks just getting into vaping right now, probably feel like, wait, I just got here. I just got off cigarettes. And now
now I got to be 21?
66% tax on everything.
Yeah.
It really sucks for a 19-year-old that can go to war, but can't.
They can't fucking vape.
Can't vape.
You know, and it just seems like so counterintuitive, like that our local government wants us to continue smoking as opposed to vaping. It's so counterintuitive, and it's so sad. But we're not the only ones. Chicago, the city of Chicago, they recently, at the beginning of the year, had a bill passed that actually taxed all e-juice products. I think it was like 50 cents a mil was the tax.
Yep.
And it went back so that if you had a store full of juice, after the first of the year, you owed tax on all that juice. So it put so many little shops out of business because all of a sudden, instead of having a shop full of products, they had a shop full of debt. So that's how they're going to get us. They're going to try to get us in the wallet. I'm afraid that a lot of companies are probably going to go under because of this. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. So once again, the urge for everybody who's a vapor to join CASA and respond to the calls to action. It takes less than 2 minutes to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the time you can go on a vape group and put up a lame meme, you could have went and fucking helped out advocacy.
Our good friend Gizzard Stew, Gizzard Stew. He posted something in our Facebook group, the Overdose Vapes Facebook group. Go join it now. He posted something. He said, the 2 minutes and 30 seconds that you spent on Pornhub today, you could have went and fucking joined CASA. So that's so perfect, and I think that's so true.
It's true.
And like I said, don't wait for like California. If you're sitting in the Midwest or something, you're thinking, oh, okay, well that's California. That's not happening here.
Right.
Yeah, I do.
Don't wait for it to happen. Go do something now. Please.
Yep.
I know.
Absolutely.
Like I said,
Well, hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to do this collaboration. This is awesome. Just to wrap up, we got Forbidden Donuts and Moon Waffles from Nitro Labs. Let me get these in the camera. And really awesome juice.
Yeah.
Thank you very
great
much.
stuff. Great stuff. So you liked it though. That's good.
I
I'm
do,
glad.
absolutely.
I'm glad.
Love,
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah, no doubt.
I
Yeah,
think
we
it-
thought. Go ahead.
My favorite is actually I'm liking Forbidden Donut the more I vape it. But I also do like Moon Waffles, and I know that I'm going to really enjoy these.
I go back and forth on which my favorite.
Yeah, totally. No, like it's actually had been a while since I vaped Forbidden Donut, and I do like it. It's a great juice.
Yeah.
It's a really great juice. And hopefully some of your viewers who maybe haven't heard of Nitro Labs before, go check them out. Go check them out. I think that it's worth. I know it's a little pricey, $20 for a 30, but I do think it's worth it. I honestly do.
One of those juices I don't mind paying that kind of money.
Exactly, worth a shot.
For good juice that's right in my flavor profile that I will enjoy as thoroughly as I am with these, I don't mind spending. I'll pay for quality juice.
And
Absolutely.
you can know that your money is going to cool people, which means a lot to us.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us on, man. We always have such a great time. So
Have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Hey,
right,
let's take a vape and then say goodbye.
Yeah, you're the man, Quest, for getting this together, man. Thank you.
Real quick, I just want to jump into the chat and say hello to the folks. We actually have 36. There was up at 41 viewers at one point, I think. But I want to go jump into the chat and say hello. Bear with me 1 second.
Get our chat on.
I always like to see who's out there. Rhonda McGee, as always. Hey, Rhonda. There's Isadel, Mike Vanskiver, Daniel Reedy, Dustin Stewart, Vaping Coffee, Bob W. Giving a shout out to everybody in chat who took the time to actually jump on here live and watch the review.
yeah, awesome that you guys came.
Oh, special shout out. Russell Broken One is up. I think he's up to 3 weeks with no cigarettes. He's been vaping for a while.
Hey, all right. Fucking hey, man.
Attaboy.
It gets easier.
It only gets easier.
And
Once you start breathing and smell it again, ooh.
Yep. Jake Rowan. Okay, if I missed you, don't be mad. I can't go through here and shout everybody out, but I wanted to just acknowledge all the folks that are watching live. And hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in, Quest for Vape. Thanks for checking out Overdose Vapes. And Josh and Travis, thank you very much once again.
Hey, thank you,
my brother.
Thank you, and thank everybody who's watching.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bye, everybody.
All right.